Hi, in this lesson we're going to go over transparent PNG images for online course teachers so that you can use transparency in all your different assets. Hi, I'm Angel from RT Course Experts, and we help creative online course teachers with their tech. In this lesson, we're going to go over transparent PNG images. First of all, what is a PNG? So a PNG file is a digital image. It's a very popular format, and it's mostly popular because of its transparency features. So you can place what looks like non-rectangular images over other content. It's a great way to have all sorts of shapes, pictures, icons, and whatnot on your assets. Let's go over some of the main features and benefits. First of all, dimensions. PNG files support almost every combination of width and height. You can even go down to 1 pixel by 1 pixel. They could be thousands of pixels if you need them. Now, transparency allows any part of a PNG image on either the inside or the outside to be transparent. So you can get some really interesting circular organic shapes. Translucency is the ability for every single pixel to have a range of transparency. You could be partially transparent or 20% or 80%, whatever it is that you need. So you can not only be fully transparent, but you could be partially transparent and see what's underneath. So that's pretty cool when you want to merge and combine layers. From a shape point of view, PNG, it's like a graph paper. They have a canvas. It could be any sort of rectangular shapes, but with transparency, the thing that you're making doesn't have to look rectangular. The shape is rectangular. That's the canvas that you draw on. You create your icons there or your images or whatever. But in the end, what you see may or may not look rectangular. It's up to the content. From a colors point of view, PNGs support true color up to 48 bits for every single pixel. So that means you have trillions of color options. And the same thing with grayscale. You have so many options as far as every shade of color that you need. The PNG has great ability to have a huge color range and can work on all sorts of different kinds of assets. Now, the size of the files. So first of all, the PNGs have the ability to be lossless, which means you can turn off compression and exactly the image that you drew is exactly what's saved in the PNG file. But that could be a little larger than a heavily compressed JPEG. In addition to that, you can do some basic compression with a PNG, but it won't be as good as the JPEGs. So the sizes of PNGs are slightly large. They're not ginormous. They're just slightly larger than JPEGs. So you should just be aware of that. Let's talk about scaling. So the PNGs are rastered. They're like pixels on a graph paper. So when you stretch them out, you may see some pixelation. I mean, if it's 64 by 64 and you stretch it to 80 by 80, that shouldn't be too bad. But when you start really stretching beyond that or shrinking, then at that point, the art assets will not be as recognizable. Letters and other things will start to blend or warp or get all pixelated. If you need to take one asset and stretch it in different use cases, you may want to consider an SVG file format. Or when you create your PNGs from your source image, you create several PNGs. So you create a 100 by 100 image, a 500 by 500 image, 1,000 by 1,000 image, and you can use those specific PNGs for the right use case so you won't see pixelation when you're shrinking or expanding. And finally, the PNG is an open file format. So it's supported almost everywhere across all the browsers. All the media tools let you import, export PNGs. The different doc apps, slide apps like Google Docs, Microsoft Word, Keynote, all the different applications, they all support PNGs. And in fact, a lot of crafting tools also support PNGs because they're great for design. So you can use it on a Cricut printer, a 3D printer, etc. Now you know what is a PNG. In case you've been thinking, hey, sometimes I just randomly grab a JPEG, sometimes I take a PNG. Use the PNGs when you need transparency. Use the JPEGs when you need rich color. Maybe it's a giant picture, high resolution. And then use SVGs when you need vector graphics that might need to get stretched. PNGs are great. They're going to help you in a wide range of use cases. So as a teacher, you might have PNG artwork on your sales pages, on your course system, like the skin, the theme of your course look, maybe even on your content slides, like your decks that you're using, maybe on your videos, your resources, your PDFs, your templates. They can all use PNG files. Even on your teacher website, right? Your logos and other things like that could definitely have and leverage PNGs. And even in your community, right? Your community layout, you might have little icons for each room area or pictures. And then, of course, in marketing, social media, you'll definitely be using what appears like irregular sized images, but really these are PNGs that have transparency to look round or other shapes or sit on top of other elements. The cool thing about PNGs is that you can reuse them. So once you make a PNG, you can reuse them in a bunch of really great spots by just kind of dropping them on top of assets. Online teachers, you should think about how you can reuse assets or create assets that could be used in a variety of places, and PNG is perfect for that. Okay, now you're a lot smarter on transparent PNGs, how to use them in your different areas, whether it's your website or your courses or your community. And there's a lot more resources in the notes. Please subscribe to get more tips for creative online course teachers. We provide tech help for courses, communities, teacher websites. If you ever need any help, visit www.rtcourseexperts.com. Talk to you soon.